Hi and welcome to another Pick a Card general group reading. Today we are asking Spirit for any information they can give us about your person's current sexual desires, urges, fantasies, anything they can tell us about that lustful passion. So I've got three piles here. We have in the first pile our beautiful rose quartz. I don't know why I'm showing you the bottom of the crystal. It's quite faded because unfortunately it's been in the sun, but it's still a rose nonetheless. The second pile we have a selenite crystal. I love this so much. A lot of people are drawn to these crystals. They have natural, they kind of amplify the energy around them, so you've got to be a bit careful. I always leave it next to my rose quartz. And we have a moonstone / opalite for group 3. So take time to figure out which pile is resonating or drawing you in the most. And when you are ready, please check the timestamps below and join me in your reading. Thank you. Hi and welcome to today's Pick a Card general reading. Today we are asking Spirit for more information on our person's sexual fantasy. And I say our, but it's your person. We're here asking for clarity on your person's sexual fantasy. So pile 1, if you chose this rose quartz, slightly faded but still a rose quartz nonetheless, then this is your reading. I'm just going to leave that over there. Okay. I will start with our basic tarot. I only say basic because it's not going to have any imagery on it that is at all sexual, but we'll go from there. We'll get through some other decks as well. I've recently started shuffling on camera as well. I just think it keeps the energy fresh and light. So Spirit, what can you tell us about pile 1's person and their sexual desires? Pile 1's person's sexual desires. Almost instantly. Okay. Alright, let's get some more cards. Pile 1's person's sexual desires. Can I get 3 more, please? Just 3 more to clarify the energies. Please. Is that 3? No, we've only got 2. Just 1 more, please, Spirit. 1 more would be wonderful. Pile 1's person's sexual desires. Ooh, I think I will take that one. Okay, so all of these are reversed, but I don't usually read reversals in this deck. I prefer to just read the energies, and if the energy feels that it's the reverse meaning, then I will channel that. I'm just going to flip all of these now because literally all of them, except for the last one that I took out, chose to be reversed. And Spirit's also showing me another card here, but I won't pull it out. We'll just discuss it quickly. So pile 1, I just want to say that if you chose this pile, Spirit's showing me that your person has walked away from you and you are currently not in an emotionally stable space with this person. For whatever reason, there's a feeling that your person has, or you don't know where you stand. Apologies for that scooter. I think that was a motorcycle. You don't really know where you stand with your person is what I'm feeling. Spirit's trying to tell you that for most of you, this person had every intention of coming back when they left. It wasn't their intention to leave forever. For whatever reason, there was just too many people involved in the situation, 5 of Wands. I just believe that what Spirit's trying to say is there were too many opinions and there was too many challenges at the time for them to stay. And it wasn't necessarily your connection, just that this person's life had too many challenges and they had to walk away. But they left with every intention of coming back. So we'll get that out of the way. Your bottom deck energy is the 5 of Cups. Pile 1, are you okay? I just feel like we came here for a saucy sexual reading, and instead we're getting into the feels straight off the cuff. Your overall energy is sorrow, a loss of pleasure, should I say, according to this card. And then beneath that we have 4 of Cups, blended pleasure. Hierophant. Okay, all right. So for many of you, there is an issue with your connection with this person. Your person feels very much out of touch. Like they haven't been in contact with you physically in a very long time, maybe ever, and they almost feel that they don't even have that option anymore. Like it's something that they are craving, because it's literally a fantasy for them at this point. Pile one, your person is somebody who feels that they need to sneak, like it's their I'm just saying, the first card that you have is the Seven of Swords, so the Spirit's getting a bit upset with me, but the way that I see it, Spirit, is that they want to, like, it's going to be like a social setting, pile one, and this person wants to like sneak off with you. And not to say that that's the basis of the whole relationship or a true judgment of this person's character. They're not necessarily a deceitful person, but I feel that part of their sexual fantasy is that they want to sneak away with you, and it's going to be in like a public setting. Like, it's something that isn't okay or maybe even legal. Like, they just want that time with you. It's either that they haven't seen you in that long, or this is literally something that they have, like a desire of theirs. We have that next to the Seven of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords here. So I do feel that for many of you, this person thinks about this quite a lot. Like, it's on their mind heavily. For some of you, this is very direct. Did we also have a page down here? Yes, we have the Princess of Swords, the Page of Swords. So for some of you, this person lies awake at night just fantasizing about you. Excuse me for a second, pile one. I'm so sorry, pile one. I usually try to clear everything out before I film, but that was my sister calling, so we're just trying to stay connected during these times. I'm not trying to make excuses. Sorry, that was rude, but had to answer that call. All right, so as I was saying, Nine of Swords, your person thinks about you a lot during the nighttime. They like to fantasize about it. Like, that's part of the actual sexual fantasy, that their desires, is that this is something that they've been thinking about for a while. Part of them, we have the Fool here. All right, so the next card we have is the Fool. I'm feeling this in two energies. On one side, your person is somebody who is quite thorough. Like, if they're thinking about it this much, I feel that they're quite a thorough person, somebody who usually puts a lot of planning and effort into things. So part of their sexual fantasy is that they just get to just do it without any repercussions, without any planning. It's very spontaneous. It's like now or never situation, or not necessarily now or never, no, just spontaneous, just like you guys are at, I don't know why, but I'm feeling like you guys will be at a family function even, and he'll sneak you off into the laundry room or something, and you guys have a quickie there. Like, the behavior is foolish, and again, his desires aren't a true testament to this person's character. I don't want to say he, sorry, trying to stay gender neutral. The desires aren't a true testament of this person's character. It's just that their fantasies are like very much the opposite of how this person presents themselves. Because beneath the foolish man, we have the King of Pentacles, pile one. And the King of Pentacles is a respectable, trustworthy, committed, loyal, someone with a very good reputation. They take their time to plan things and to execute them, and they strive for success. They thrive in the material world. They're somebody who looks very successful, and they act the part as well. They have a very good work ethic. They're someone who likes routine and structure, typically speaking, as well. So I feel that this person's desires and one of their fantasies is to just have quickies, and it's spontaneous, and it's almost, for some of you, it's no strings attached. Like, there's no repercussions. It's just in the moment passion and desire. So beside that, we have the Page of Swords. So with this Nine of Swords, because this is just one message coming through for some of you guys, this person spies on you, and some of the things they see, it upsets them, not obsets them. Some of the things they see upsets them. It's tied in with that message from the beginning, pile one. This person feels that they're missing out because of a decision they made in terms of walking away from you emotionally. This person is emotionally detached at the moment, and they're watching you from afar, and they're feeling pain over that. They're feeling an element of despair, and they feel as though all they can do is just dream about you, and that's where you're real to them. You're not real in the 3D physical world. You're real to this person in their fantasies and in their dreams. They are somebody who is quite committed. So aside from all this quickie business with the spontaneousness and the sneaking away in public areas, this person isn't somebody who settles down easily. Like, they're not somebody who just is a hit it and quit it kind of person. Like, I feel that beneath all of that, and beneath this King of Pentacles facade, they truly value commitment, and they value loyalty, and they're somebody who is trustworthy, and who would consider their next partner to be someone who is also committed and loyal and trustworthy. So that is the honest truth about this person. I know that we came here for the sex, but despite any deceptions or any behavior that is seen to be dishonest, you can trust this person, because that is the truth. Underneath the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Judgment card, which is all about awakening and truth and hearing honest messages from the angels. And I always get that angel wrong. I think it's Archangel Gabriel, but I'm not too sure, you guys. So I do feel that despite this person's behavior when you last interacted with them, or your previous beliefs on what this person is like, they are actually a very trustworthy person with a lot of sexual energy. I just read the words primal fire at the bottom of this. And the truth is, they are worried about their reputation and how others perceive them. So it's a real turn on for this person to sneak away and have little quickies in situations where they could possibly be caught. There's a huge adrenaline rush there. That's part of the pleasure that they get. So beside the Judgment card, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So first of all, I just want to say you have a lot of, not a lot, but you have 3 major arcana cards. So this person is somebody who was definitely brought into your life for a reason, pile 1. This is somebody who you are receiving guidance for, and their connection in general. So there may be messages for you in other readings that I've done on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, primarily trust your intuition and trust your own instincts as well. Because Spirit is definitely leading this, and there's an element of timing here that has stitched you and this person up in the past. So the Wheel of Fortune, I'm reading it as upright. I feel as though the tides are turning. You're about to receive good fortune with this person, and I feel that will help heal the sorrow and the despair that this person is feeling, because they feel at a loss. And part of that is, unfortunately, the timing. The timing was not aligned well in the past, and they always intended on coming back. So that's just a side note. What can we continue with the sexual reading? Wow, okay. Queen of Pentacles is actually the next card. I didn't realize. See, these cards are all black and white, so I'm a very visual person. I don't realize what cards come out until I'm reading them, basically. So we have the King of Pentacles, and beneath that is the Queen. This is somebody who has not stopped thinking about you, pile 1. This person thinks about you a lot, and their sexual desires are all about you, like their sexual fantasies, everything. Their main sexual desire towards you, pile 1, is to just have you in their life. They just want you as they identify you as their counterpart, and they want you to be there, and they want public recognition for that. They almost, okay, this is another side note. So one of their sexual fantasies is that, so you two are like the hosts of some sort of gathering, and you're very respectable, and everyone's paying homage to you, and I don't know why I'm picturing like the knights around the round table or something, and then the king and the queen walk in and all stand and rise before the feast. And then while people are just, busy eating or whatever, you two sneak away, have a quickie, come back and continue like you're the king and queen, and everyone continues respecting you. And that's part of it, is that like they want to get to know you on a level that others won't, and they want you to feel that you can trust them, because they want to be able to trust you as well. It's very mutual. It's even ground with you two. There's no power play business here. They recognize your value and your potential, and they want to supplement that. They don't want to overrule that in any way. So I'm going to see what other cards I can get for you guys. Let's try this Oracle deck. Reminder though, Spirit, we are reading a sexual reading, so can we stop with the side notes, please? So pile 1, anything you can tell us about their person's sexual desires and sexual fantasies. Pile 1, Spirit. Pile 1's person's sexual desires and sexual fantasies. We have trust. That has been coming up a lot in this group. Trust. This is the Fool again. However, this is an Oracle deck, so more than anything, it's about just trusting your person, trusting your intuition, trusting the guidance you are receiving, and primarily trusting Spirit. So, wow, big mood. We have the Fool twice, and trust has come out again. So that's part of their desire too, is that you having a commitment with you, pile 1, and having that trust, that shared mutual trust and understanding between each other, where you just can trust. Yeah, I don't know how I could say it any simpler without repeating the word 5 million times. This person wants trust primarily, and that goes into their sexual desires as well. Okay, anything else you can tell us, though, about their sexual energy, please? Their sexual desires, sexual fantasy, what does this person fantasize about? Anything else you can tell us? Pile 1, please, Spirit. Anything else? Wow. Change your focus. Interesting. Love abounds. I'm not going to take all those cards, Spirit. That is way too much. I'll take these 2. Get a bottom deck energy. Lead. Whoa. Okay. Lead. You know how I was just saying that this person likes for you to be on even ground? Is it too late to take that back? Wow. Okay. So this is somebody who considers themselves to be a fairly dominant person. I don't know if this is the same people from my previous reading, but wow. This person, that's the main reason why they want trust, is because they are a very dominant person with a kinky side that they haven't yet explored. This is somebody who will have unconditional emotions towards you, like just overflowing love towards you. However, I feel like with this change your focus card, like there's going to be challenges in your sex life. They're going to want to spice it up. They're not going to want to do the boring old missionary every night. They're going to want to spice it up, keep it fresh. And more than anything, it's just to keep some sort of continuity. They don't want to stay stagnant. They like challenges. They like to think, if that makes sense. Like, they don't want to just the same thing, boring, but they just want to switch it up and be challenged. Okay. Weird side note. Going on to challenges, definitely an 18 plus reading. Pile 1, your person likes anal. Whether they're the giver or the receiver, that's something they're curious about, and that's something that they are wanting to explore with you in this relationship. They're wanting to reach a new level sexually with you. There's some things that they're curious about that they haven't done with others, and they're curious about doing it with you, but they want someone who they can trust, who is loyal, who identifies them as their counterpart. They do have this like dominant presence, but again, they identify you as their counterpart, so it's not to the point of you being the sub and them being the dom. I just feel as though they want that respect that a dom would have, and they want that trust that a sub would have. So yeah, there's some things that they're really keen to explore with you in that regard, and I feel like it's going to be a hit and miss with these things. This is a fire card, so I'm sensing a lot of passion and a lot of desire, but like not a lot of understanding yet. Like, it's a very quick burning card, so I feel as though this person's going to be keen to try, but the first time isn't going to always be the best time, because there's always a chance to improve, essentially. So after a little while, it's going to be more, but they want someone who's open to trying new things with them, basically. It's not always going to be fireworks, but how do you know without trying, basically, is their point of view. Heal. So this person is someone who loves to cuddle afterwards as well. 17, trying to remember what that card usually is in the main deck. 16 is the Tower, 17 is the Star. Wow, hope and faith. So this is somebody who does love the cuddling afterwards. They love that aspect as much as the main act, because it's a chance to bond again, and it's a chance to become closer to one another, and it's a chance for them to show you how much you mean to them as well, because they do hold you in high regard. For this Star to come out, especially in a sex reading, like what? It means that they do have a very high opinion of you, pile one, and they want you to know that, regardless of how, whatever happens along the way between their creative sexual desires, they want you to know that they always appreciate you, and they have so much admiration and devotion towards you. They just want to spend the time afterwards, like aftercare in your usual BDSM, I suppose. They just want to take that time to really appreciate you and thank you for that shared experience. So I'm going to get some messages as well from your person. Spirit, can you give us some messages for pile one, please? What can you tell us about pile one's person? Messages, anything channeled, direct. Their sexual desires would be marvelous, because that's why we're here, but anything else about their person? Pile one. Pile one, please. Wow, I am terrified. That's the 9 of Swords again. This person is very afraid of their previous decision to leave. They're afraid that they haven't shared themselves with you emotionally, and they feel that they've left it for so long now that it's an even bigger task than it was originally. This is a big shock for a lot of you, pile one, because this person has not disclosed any of that, especially with the Ace of Cups being here. I feel as though this person is just waiting for the opportunity to tell you how they truly feel, and it terrifies them. It's something that they just want to rip off like a band-aid, because it's just prolonging and getting worse. Anything else you can tell us about pile one's person, please? You are so beautiful. Why do you need me? So this person sees you with that Page of Swords. They are watching you, and they're very proud of you, and they see you as being very successful, very materially successful, pile one. So I don't know if you're flexing on social media, or if you just genuinely look like you're in a place of content and happiness. This person is very attracted to that, and it's something that they would never want to take away from you. If anything, that's something that they want to foster about you. They think that that's beautiful, and they love that you're in that energy. Anything else about pile one's person, please? My days, that's a strange way. This love scares me. Wow. Again, I feel that this person lives in their fantasies, and that's where their connection with you lives. Think before you act. This person is very much in their thoughts. 6. I could be your hero, baby. Oh my god, this is the 6 of Wands. This is like the victory card. They just want success with you. They really want to be victorious. And the bottom of deck energy is you are wrong. So this person is battling with their own opinions. That 5 of Wands card could have been their own negative doubt. But more than anything, I feel that the main issue with this person in particular is that their mind is their biggest enemy. They're challenged by their own pessimism and negative views on this relationship. Their sexual fantasies are abundant, like they do not stop. Again, you're the only person that they sexually fantasize about. Their desire for you is intense, and they just want to be successful. They want to be someone that you recognize and look up to. They want that public recognition with you. Again, I'm seeing the quickies business in the kitchen and in the laundry. So very crazy. Can I just get some charms for you too, pile one? Anything else you can offer us, please, Spirit, about this person? Okay. Anything else? Just maybe a couple more, and then I'll call it, That's it. I'll take that. All right. So again, Spirit's asking you to trust your intuition with this moonstone charm. You are so incredibly precious to this person. They value you deeply, and no matter what they plan on doing with you, whether it's anal, whether it's experimental, whether it's dom, sub, whatever, they just want you to know that you are the light of their life. And they are very sorry for how they treated you in the past. So these charms here, that's my past charm, and that's like a token of appreciation charm. So I feel as though this person intends on opening their heart to you with this charm here as well. I feel that they do intend on opening their heart to you, and that is something they regret about the past, was that they didn't take the chance to lead and actually take control and tell you how they truly feel. And now it's like all they can think about is communicating with you and having that opportunity. So I'm sorry, Pile 1, I know you came here for the sex, but this person wants to let you know that you are so very precious to them. You really are. And they want to complete a cycle with you. They want to come forward and offer you something. They really, really feel that you two are meant to be together. Unfortunately. Oh, my God. Wow, that was bizarre. Well, that was bizarre. Sorry, Pile 1. Don't know what happened there. It just flew off the tripod. Goodness, I just saged the place too. So you are very, very precious to this person. And that's only solidified by this charm. This is like my most highly precious charm. So this person, you couldn't be any more perfect. Like you are this person's ideal person. And the sexual fantasy part, it's just an everyday thing for them. That's all they do is think about you, nobody else. But really what's weighing heavily on this connection is some unresolved past issues, and this person thinks about that more than the sexual stuff at the moment. They really want to come forward and open their heart up to you and give you some sort of peace offering as well, Pile 1, because they want to prove their worth to you as you've proved your worth to them. So Pile 1, that's where I'm going to draw the line on your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. Trust yourself again. This charm just wanted to stick itself to me, so really trust your intuition on this one. Keep following the guidance from Spirit, and I really just want to send you lots of love and light on your journey as well. Thank you, and I hope to see you in my next video. See you, Pile 1. Welcome, Pile 2. If you chose this selenite crystal, very beautiful, powerful crystal, then this is your reading. Today we are asking Spirit for any information whatsoever on your person in terms of their sexual desires and fantasies. First video I did was ridiculously successful, so clearly there's a lot of curious people out there who don't have the chance to ask their people in person, obviously, with the current situation in the world. So we'll get started with your tarot first. I'm just going to fix the camera. It just flew off the tripod, so I just saged the place too. Very bizarre. All right, so Pile 2, Spirit, what can you tell us about their person's sexual desires and fantasies? Pile 2. Interesting. Really? Pile 2. Goodness, I can't. Spirit, no you don't. I'm not reading reversals in this deck as well. This is incredibly bizarre. I'll explain at the end. Can I get some more cards, please? Maybe I won't be able to explain at the end. You want me to? Alright, listen. Just 3 more cards, please, Spirit. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Wowzers, that's a bit too much there. I'm going to ask you to give me just 2, please. Just 2, Spirit. I'll take the Ace of Swords as well. Spirit's just wanting to show us the Justice card. So I feel that there's, oh my goodness, this has been the theme for the readings today. There's some sort of business that needs to be resolved between the two of you. Spirit is wanting to offer balance to this connection. There's some sort of karmic balance, something that needs to be restored between the two of you. It wasn't supposed to be this kind of reading, you guys, but there's all these other messages that Spirit wants to say. So first of all, this person is currently not in communication with you. They're physically at a distance as well for most of you. 5 of Pentacles, I feel that you aren't communicating very often. If you are, it's not anything sort of very meaningful. This person feels like they're out in the cold with you, Pile 2. They don't feel that they're in the best position, and they feel very challenged by the current circumstances. They're very concerned about how to move to a more peaceful scenario, but they do have the desire to. All right, now let's get focused on the sex. So, Seven of Wands. This person masturbates a lot. Can I just say this is a card that has just one person there and 7 wands traditionally. So I feel that this person, you're someone that they think about when they're doing this. I don't want to say this, but the words that are coming to mind are serial masturbator. So I'm so sorry that we're getting right into it. But for whatever reason, this person doesn't have much else to do except that right now. So it's very soothing for them, which is why we have the Page of Swords here too, because I feel that this person has like a picture of you that they look at. I don't know if you sent them thirst trap pics or if you have those kinds of photos on your social media. They're very attracted to your chest area. Regardless of gender, that's something that they're very attracted to is your whole torso, actually. It's not just your chest. They imagine the whole thing. Like, yeah, I'm getting a very visual image of them like leaning back and just looking at everything, like from your head down to their hips, just everything. Regardless of gender, they just want to see everything. But they love fantasizing about the way your chest would move when they're thrusting. That's very, wow, this person has a lot they want to say. It's really cheeky energy about this person too. Like, I think there's a shamelessness to their fantasies. Like, they don't care. They think of everything. They do watch porn too, but it doesn't satisfy them. Like, I feel like they need to get a very visual image of you in that way. And that helps. They imagine you as the women in the videos. This is crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Pile 2. All right, so in the middle here we have the foolish man, which is the fool. So there's a carefree nature about this person. They don't want to bring emotional baggage into the bedroom. They see sex as the opportunity to just have fun in its simplest form, just two naked people having pure pleasure, pure fun. There's no emotional baggage. If that happened before or after, it's not carried over into the bedroom. It's more about just enjoying the pleasures of the flesh. And this is somebody who may surprise you about how experienced they are, because they present themselves as being quite youthful, but they think about you a lot, especially with that 7 of Wands there. Wow. So we have the 6 of Swords here. So again, it's 2 messages. Firstly, Spirit wants me to say that this person is wanting to move towards a more balanced, calmer waters where they're able to communicate more frequently with you. This person has intentions of coming forward, however, they're primarily focused on their own happiness in general at the moment. I do feel like this person does have a picture of you, or they watch your Instagram or something, I don't know, Snapchat. They have beautiful pictures of you that are very easily interpreted as being suggestive, and that just really gets them going. Like, once they see that, it's all private time from there. So another message for the 6 of Swords is that you're constantly on their mind. Like, they have a fantasy in particular that is constantly on their mind. Can we get clarity? I might get another deck. Which one, though? Let's go with the animals. What is this fantasy that they replay in their heads all the time? And it's something that gives them a lot of peace, I feel. Like, with it being the 6 of Swords, it's something that gives this person a lot of peace. It gives them a sense of hope as well, but it's just... they're the hero in that as well. I don't know why that came to mind. All right. They have, yeah. They're part of the fantasy is them rescuing you. Oh my gosh. I'm sure we had a group like this in the last video. But they're the hero. They're someone that others look up to, and you look up to them, and balance is restored. And that's a part of their fantasy. Can you tell us more about the 6 of Swords? What do you mean fantasy? What is this business? What does Pile 2's person fantasize about daily? 6 times a day, apparently, is their record is. 5 of Summer, 7 of Spring, the Emperor, Chariot, and Life Experience. Wow. So if this, wow, and then we have the Devil at the bottom. Yeah, they be thinking a lot. This is something that's always on their mental. So, oh, goodness, Spirit. I'm only reading the sexual message of Spirit, otherwise we're going to be here forever. first off the cuff, the reason why they want this balance and this peace is because they feel emotionally withdrawn from you. They feel like they're at a loss with you. Emotionally, they're very unfulfilled. They don't really know what the future holds, and they're not in a place to communicate that with you either, because they feel that there's nothing that either of you can do. So they're really feeling stuck emotionally and at a loss and uncertain. And so they like to fantasize about simpler and more peaceful times where there's success and where you're both communicating. And what else about the actual fantasy, though? The Emperor's chosen to appear. So I feel as though they like, in the fantasy, for some of you, you're quite meek, like this mouse, and they are somebody who is taking charge of you. But for most of you, this person prefers it when you take control, and they're the mouse watching you and waiting for your directions. It's not a matter of dominating, but it's just it's something that turns them on, is the idea that you are so in tune with your own needs and that they can be in that position to be able to offer that to you. Wow. So for some of you, they're very keen on oral sex as well, just for the mere fact of giving you an orgasm in that way. Regardless of gender, that's just something that they think about. So the Chariot, I'm feeling like they're very driven to reach out to you right now, pile 2. But for whatever reason, they again, their heart isn't in the right space. So their mind is so determined, and they have a real focus on reaching out towards you. This card is about balance again as well, because you can't move forward until you've balanced your mind and you have control over the two energies that pull the Chariot forward. So I do feel... I'm trying to only read the sexual side, but Spirit keeps putting the other stuff in there. Spirit, what do you want me to tell them about this card? Opposing energies all at once through determination and focus. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies all at once through determination and focus. Okay, so this card is also about success and recognition as well. So I feel like this ties in with our 6 of Swords, even though this is the 6 of Swords, not the 6 of Wands. There's a lot of fire here with that 7 of Wands at the top there. So I feel like this person, primarily, they just want to be victorious. And part of this fantasy that they have with you is that, again, the 7 of Wands. Goodness me, a lot of masturbating. Okay, but this one is trying to tell me something different. Sorry, that literally just fell out of my hands. This one is trying to tell me that this person is having to fight for your attention right now, and that's something that they don't want to do in the future. They want to feel balanced. They don't want to feel like they have to fight to be recognized by you. They don't want to feel like they have to fight for your attention or fight. They don't want to have a fight to have sex, is what I'm feeling. Like, they want to be at a more calmer place where you two are on balanced terms, and if you're feeling like it, you're feeling like it. They don't have to fight you to have sex. I don't know why. It's like you two, your sacral chakras aren't aligned or something, and when one of you's horny, the other person isn't, and that's something that that's one of their fears, actually. That's not a fantasy, that's a fear. I don't know why that had to come into the mix. That was far from the question pile too, but sorry. That's something Spirit chose to share with us. So we also have the Tower here, life experience, the cuckoo bird. Interesting. So this is twofold. First of all, this person is very determined to have success with you, and this change is going to be very sudden and unexpected for most of you. You're not going to be expecting this. For others of you, you've been waiting a while for this person to get their shit together, can I say. This is an 18+ reading, so I'm going to swear, I'm sorry. But on the other side, sex-wise, I should say, this person isn't someone who likes stagnancy. Like, I feel like you guys might have the one routine, like once you're seeing each other more regularly, you're going to have one routine for a while, and then they're just going to want to like spice it up. Like, hey, why don't we just try toys today? Because I'm sick of doing blah, blah, blah. This is somebody who is afraid of stagnancy. They're afraid of losing things that are of value to them as well. They are a very fiery person. I'm actually only just now noticing all this fire energy. So, wow. They have a lot of sexual energy, pile two. I don't think you two will be on the same level in terms of just make sure you're very clear. Oh, excuse me. You're very clear in your communication, because this person seeks validation through sex as well. That's a way that they feel secure in relationships. And that's something that they're aware of, and they don't want to be selfish. It's not a matter of like them using sex to be selfish. It's just that they feel more confident in any connection, any partnership, any relationship when they're having frequent sex. It's something that offers them security in a relationship. They assume that if you're having frequent sex, then your relationship must be doing well. That's something that they just believe. They're a very physical person. So if that's not your love language, then that's something that you two are going to have to be very open and honest about as well. So the next card we have over here is the Seven of Pentacles. So I do feel like this person is currently just waiting. Like... Lord of Success Unfulfilled. This is somebody who takes their time. They take their time because they don't want disappointment. They want it to be great every time. Like they're a very sexual, physical person. And if they create disappointment, although this person wants to have sex all the time, if there's a lackluster sort of situation and they're not feeling 100%, they take that very personally. So they're going to take time to make sure that both of you are getting enough pleasure. Again, they're not selfish at all. Sex is a part of their love language. This is somebody who may have some weird kinks here. I'm not going to lie. We have the High Priestess. So I do feel as though this person will surprise you with some of the stuff that they come out with, especially with the Tower card down here. This person's going to have some fantasies that completely shock you. You're not going to be at all prepared for some of the things they suggest doing. And again, I feel that this person will continue masturbating, regardless of how many times you guys have sex. That's their little secret time to themselves. They are somebody who just likes to pleasure themselves, and they want their partner to understand that about them as well. What else about this card, Spirit? There are some taboo stuff that they're into that they're hesitant to share with you. Whether you're in a relationship or not with this person's very hesitant to share something that they do or that they enjoy with you in case you won't understand. It's not so much that they're ashamed, it's just that they don't want to feel shamed or guilted for what they are sexually motivated towards. It's something to do with the porn that they watch, pile two. All right, so sorry, I know that that's a terrible place to leave you, but I'm not feeling that it's too bad. Just for whatever reason, this person has it in their mind that they can't share it with you at this time. Do we have to? I think we have to. I'm sorry, I can't leave you like that. Can you tell us anything else about that? What are we talking about here? It's just the Devil card again. It could be about bondage. It could be about kinks. I'm feeling like I'm seeing like leather and like edging and torture masturbation porn. Not like the pain, but when you're like edging somebody and you're refusing them. What's that word? There's a specific phrase for it. When you're refusing someone the option of coming, that's the stuff that they like, and they're concerned about imposing that on you. So that's something that they keep to themselves. That's for another video. This has taken a lot of weird tangents. Okay, so on the surface, because we got really deep just then, on the surface, this person is a very romantic person. I can't take myself seriously. How do we go from that to this? Like, what? This person likes that. They like watching that. They like experiencing that and fantasizing about it. But on the surface, they are a romantic person. They believe in foreplay. They believe in the buttering up and the engagement and that stuff that happens before sex, that mystical stuff that They think it makes all the difference. They love the romantic gestures. I'm seeing like rose petals on the bed. I'm not every time, obviously. That would just be a hazard. But that's something that they like doing. They put a lot of thought into certain moments, and they believe that, again, they're a physical person. So it's not that they just are selfish and they just want sex all the time. It's just that that's their love language, and this is a part of it too. They see, so for some of you, this person also will have desires to buy you toys online. Like, that's something that they'll do for like Valentine's Day or your birthday. They'll buy you a vibrating dildo or something, or those I don't know why this came to mind, those things that you like, those toys you put, and this person will have like the control, and you guys will be out, and I don't know why, but that's a part of it. It's something that they also consider to be romantic, is that they want to be able to buy you like lingerie and toys and that sort of stuff to use in the bedroom as well. This person sees you as being very materially focused. I don't know why that chose to manifest. We have the Nine of Pentacles here. So you are a very accomplished person in this person's eyes, and they are a little bit intimidated by that, pile two. Normally this is a positive card. Like, this is the kind of card that you'd want in a love reading, because it means that you're on the path to just living your best life, essentially, tending to your own garden. But this person's intimidated by that. They're intimidated by the fact that you already have everything you need. And they're kind of asking, well, why would you need me? So this is somebody who is a little bit insecure, and they use sex to confirm their security in any relationship. And I'm not saying that they'll have multiple relationships, but it's not something that you should take personally when you're with this person. It's just the way that they are, and that's something that they need to work on for themselves. And that's something that intimidates them, is that you are quite accomplished. You're seen as being fairly successful. You can take care of your own needs. They have fears over that. Yeah, it's crazy. Ace of Swords here. This person loves talking during sex. Oh, wow. And some of the stuff they'll come out with will be, I don't know, that's just me. I don't mind talking, but some of the stuff they come out with is gonna make you question whether you're ready to laugh or whether you're ready to come, pile two. Like, you're gonna have to make the decision, because if you start laughing in the middle of it, that's gonna shatter this person's confidence. But some of the stuff that they come out with, you just can't not laugh. I just laughed at the thought of it. I don't even have any specific words coming to mind. This is someone who's very vocal about when they're coming. So they're someone who will tell you, I'm going to come. And they'll want you to know that and to be ready for it. I don't know what you can do, but that's another thing. Again, I'm seeing the masturbation with this. Like, look at the way that hand is on this sword. This is somebody who just masturbates a lot. Watches a lot of porn. But very vocal person. All right, what else can we do? Spirit, can we please get some... anything else you can tell us about this person, please? Anything else you can tell us about this person's... preferably their sexual desires, Spirit. Let's not get too off topic. Far out. I knew this was going to happen. I'm not taking it all. I can't possibly. I will take this. All right, we have the Ace of Wands. New vitality. This person, again, very phallic. They fantasize a lot about the next time. For some of you, you've already been with this person, pile two, and for others of you, this person just fantasizes about the next time that you can hook up, the next time that you can be together. Choose your battles. Number 7 of Wands again. We've had that 3 times, Spirit. I'm feeling like their main issue is their ego here, and the energy that they put into their sex life is ridiculous. I'm sorry, like, it's not that it's too much, but they're not choosing to look within. They're projecting their insecurity into their sex. Wow. All right, let's continue, though. I don't want to read this person too hard. All right, so we have the 9 of Pentacles again, a well-deserved reward. That's how they interpret you, pile two. If you take this Ace of Wands that they offer you, they're going to see that as the biggest success in their adult life. Like that, wow, this person is choosing to be with me, and they're going to do everything they can to give you everything you could possibly want and need, because they are very insecure over the fact that you don't actually need anything at all. So they'll give you absolutely anything you want. Their heart chakra is something that terrifies them. It's something that they try not to bring into the bedroom, but unfortunately it's also the source of all of their efforts, because at the root of this, we have the Six of Wands here. They want to be your hero. They want to be successful. They want to be valued in your opinion, and they really, really, they just want to be enough. A little bit insecure, can I just say? I'm sorry, pal, too. I'm trying not to read this person to filth, but it's really hard when this is presenting itself in so many different piles. All right. Any specific messages from this person to pile 2, to group 2? Viewers who picked group 2, what is a specific message from their person? Have I lost everything? 9 of Swords. I'm going to get a couple. We're not going to... I need time for me. 4 of Swords. I just want you all the time. 8 of Wands. You already know. The High Priestess was here too. So I feel like you're going to hear from this person very soon. 7 of Pentacles again. I think we should slow down. I'm going to get a couple more, please, Spirit. I dream about you a lot, too much. The 7 of Cups. We're getting a lot of synchronicities here in terms of numbers. Anything else, please, Spirit? Thank you. No. No. And the bottom deck energy is the World card. You are so very special. Let me just read into this energy real quick, because this person has me a little bit confused. Sorry, just wiping my nose. All right, so first card we got out was the 9 of Swords. Have I lost everything? Again, this person is very insecure on where they currently stand with you. They do very much feel it out in the cold, same as that 5 of Pentacles energy. They're at a physical loss. There's either a physical distance, or there's not enough communication. There's not enough... There's just not enough. Full stop. There's not enough in terms of this person. They're very concerned about where they stand with you, and they do feel that they need to prove themselves to you. They're taking time when they're not masturbating to strategize and think. The 4 of Swords is here to tell us that this person currently has a lot of time on their hands, and I think I said that earlier as well. And they're using this time to try to gain more confidence, A, to also strategize and plan, B, and C, they just want to be in a better mental health space at the moment. So they are quite insecure, and they're fearful, and they don't like the negative vibration that they're in at the moment. We did have the Devil here as well, and beneath the Devil card is also the 4 of Swords. So wow, this person is currently in a low vibrational energy, and they're trying to purge that by masturbating all the time, and instead all it's doing is sparking more thoughts of you and this connection that they have with you. And it's very frustrating for them. On one hand, they feel like they've invested all that they possibly can. On the other hand, they still think that it's not enough. And so they're happy to just sort of sit back for the moment and let what happened in the past be what happened in the past, and they're waiting for their chance in the future. But in the present moment, I'm feeling like there's a big element of patience and waiting, and a slight feeling of stagnation. But it's out of their hands, I feel. They can't control their current situation. They're just at a loss at the moment. You do receive guidance about this person, and I feel that you know what you need to do in terms of the connection itself. So I'm not going to get too much info on that, because your intuition, pile 2, you need to trust yourself here. And that chose to land over the High Priestess. So I feel that, pile 2, you know what you need to do. I don't like to tell anyone to wait, and I don't believe in waiting. I know that for most of us, we're in a position where we have a lot of time on our hands, or where there's not much we can do out in the world. So we're finding ourselves at a loss and at times bored. But I don't believe that you should let yourself stagnate and wait for this person. I think that you could try to be productive with your time instead. But again, you already know what you need to do. so we're not going to get too far into that. This person thinks and dreams about you a lot, so you're constantly on their mind, and that's part of the reason why they have to masturbate so often, because for some reason it's either they think about you in a sad way or they think about you in a sexual way. So they're not going to want to dwell in the sadness, so they try to think about you in the sex instead. But then sometimes that leads to the sadness, and it's a cycle that they need to work themselves out of. They're just not in a very good space at the moment, very negative, low vibration, and they don't like it. I don't think that's them as a person. I don't think they're usually this heavy. But wow, it's just not a good space to be in right now. Sorry, Pile 2, I don't like telling that, especially if you have such strong feelings for your person. I don't mean to, and again, this is just a general reading, but I do feel that for viewers who picked group in Pile 2, your person is currently not at their best place right now, and it's not to the point where you should be very concerned about them. They're working on it. They don't like the way that they are mentally more than anything, and energetic-wise, they're imbalanced. Can I get some charms for Pile 2, please? Anything else you can tell us about their person? Anything else you can tell us about the person? Maybe the sexual side would be marvelous. I'll get a couple more, please. Thank you so much. Okay, so your person is, again, very sweet. They're a very sweet person, all right? They have the best of intentions towards you. They're a very sweet person, and they don't like the way that they are right now in terms of their low vibrations. They aren't telling you something. There's definitely some sort of secrets here, but they don't like that about this. They want to come forward and tell you the truth. And that could be why the High Priestess was here again as well. There's some sort of truth they need to tell you. Again, this ties into your sex life. This person will like some private time where they can expel their sexual energy alone as well, and where they'll continue to watch porn and they'll continue to masturbate. That's just them. That's a part of them. It doesn't change how they see you, though. They value you. You are someone who is very special to this person. I interpret this charm as going hand in hand with the World card, which was bottom deck energy for these. So this is somebody who holds you in high regard. They have very strong romantic feelings towards you. That's like a rose quartz, in my opinion, as well, just how I choose to read it. This person is very committed towards you. I don't know if they showed that to you, but there's nobody else in the picture for them at the moment. There's only you. That's what this is trying to tell us, is that there's only you. You have a lot of clarity in this situation, Pile 2. For whatever reason, you have a deep clarity and understanding. They, on the other hand, are very confused and out in the dark. They feel, at the moment, Spirit is trying to communicate to them through their dreamscape, which is also why the Nine of Swords was here with the Seven of Cups, because their fantasies and their daydreams and their dreams in general are very revealing and telling for this individual. However, they're choosing to only exist in the lower vibrations and the physical desires and pleasures, and they're not open yet to that mode of communication, but Spirit's working hard to give them an awakening, is what I feel. They're going to reach out to you. They have every intention of keeping you in their life, and they're going to offer you something with this flower here. They're wanting to offer something towards you. It could be a peace offering. It could be an apology. It could be just a token to show you that they are considering you as somebody who could be in their life more frequently. I feel like at the moment they're just choosing to focus on themselves, though. With this charm, this is my selfish charm. It's a little piggy charm. So I do feel like they're in a little bit of a selfish energy. They just need to be there for themselves more than anything. They need to balance their energy, they need to balance their thoughts, and they just need to get back to being their best self. Because I feel like this person is usually quite a lovely person with a very big heart. But for whatever reason, they're not opening their heart space at the moment. They're choosing to exist in lust and temptation and fear and masturbation. Not that that's a bad thing, but that's how they're distracting themselves. So this charm here, this charm is just showing, again, how special you are to this person. This charm chose to come out to just solidify any doubts you may have had in terms of your connection with this person. literally pile 2, I don't think you have anything to worry about. This person, they have a lot of time on their hands, but they can't do a whole lot. So that's why they're always on porn sites, because there's not a lot else they can do, and they're being very, very much loyal to this situation. And they just need a bit of time to figure themselves out as well. So pile 2, that's all I'm seeing for you. I hope this message resonated. It was a journey, can I just say. Big journey. So thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope you check out some other videos too. There may be a bit of clarity in some of my other videos on my channel. Otherwise, listen, trust yourself. You already know, according to Spirit, you already know. Thanks, pile 2. See ya. Hi, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this opalite moonstone crystal, then this is your reading. Today we're asking Spirit for any information they can give us regarding your person's sexual fantasies and desires. Just a quick heads up, Spirit is very chatty today. I'm requesting sexual messages, however Spirit is instead choosing to preach, so unfortunately there's other messages coming through as well, and we have to take them. I have a duty in that sense. The more I try to ignore the messages, the stronger they come through. So unfortunately, I'm focused on the sex, but other stuff's going to come through as well. Okay, so Spirit, pile 3, what can you tell us about pile 3's person and their sexual fantasies? I can't take all of that, Spirit. What can you tell us about pile 3's person and their sexual fantasies? I'm going to take out 9 cards and then we'll go through. Wow. Okay, pile 3's person and their sexual fantasies. Pile 3's person and their sexual fantasies, please. Pile 3's person and their sexual fantasies. That's a strange way to pull a card out. And 2, wow, yes. Oh my goodness. 2 more, please. Oh, wow. Sorry, you guys, that must be very frustrating. I just need 2 more cards and then I can tell you what I'm seeing. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Pile 3's person, sexual fantasies. 1 more card, please, Spirit. 1 more card. Interesting. And the bottom deck energy is 2 of Cups. Wow. Wow. Okay, so first of all, listen, I can't ignore the elephant in the room. There is a lot of cum here. There is a lot of liquids. There is so much. We have temperance, where they're pouring lightning and liquids into one here. I will show you if you want to have a look. Into this giant chalice, and then we have these 4 chalices where this flower is overflowing liquids into all 4 chalices. Oh my days. It's cum galore. I'm sorry, but like, wow, this person just loves liquids, lube, lots of lube. Ace of Cups overflowing again with liquids. Just wow. Big wow. So that's something that came through straight away. As soon as I saw temperance, I was like, oh wow. Massage oils as well. This person loves just being touched with lubricants and oils. That's a big part of their sexual desire, is just things to be slippery. The Hierophant. Now, why is okay, this person has some unorthodox views of, and it's going to be enlightening, can I just say. This person likes to experiment in the bedroom, and they come from a place of experience. Your person is very experienced. I think pile 1's person was curious about things, and they wanted to experiment, but they didn't have any experience about it. This person knows what they're doing, and they are just very much aware of how to get themselves there and also how to get their partners there. That's something that they're going to want to explore with you, pile 3. Your person is wanting to understand your needs and what makes you tick to get you there, and to also prolong the experience so that you're both in pleasure for a long period without feeling bored. They don't like boredom. The Hierophant is here, but I feel like they don't like boredom. They don't want things to be traditional. They want to gain more knowledge, and they want to make sure that you're both not coming to a place where you can predict. There's also, okay, so this goes both ways. So on one hand, they don't like tradition and stagnancy and boredom. On the other hand, they like routine. So this is somebody who, sex time is sex time. Like, Tuesday, 5 o'clock, we were booked in. Why weren't you there? Like, that sort of business. I don't know who's ready by 5 on a Tuesday, but anyway, that's the thing that they do. They book in time, and it's like, no, you knew. I told you 2 weeks ago. This is when we were doing it. This is what we were trying. Like, oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so over here we have the Six of Pentacles. Now, I'm skipping this one because it's self-explanatory. I'll come back to it at the end, though. But there's lots of come there. Lots of lubes, lots of massaging, lots of, tingling massage oils. Oh, wow. Like that stuff that has, like, peppermint in it, that tingles, that gives that hot and cool sensation. They love that. Six of Pentacles. Interesting. What can you tell us about that, Spirit? Okay, so they want balance in the bedroom. Again, it comes back to having the experience that they have. Neither of you are going to have the best fun that you can possibly have until both your needs are taken care of. So they want an equal balance. They want an equal give and take. Like, you're on top for this much time, I'm on top for that much time. This much oral, like, not that it's measured. Not that they're going to be there with a stopwatch making sure that you're exactly balanced, but they just want to make sure that you're both receiving and giving, and it's equal. The Empress is here. So the part of this person's sexual fantasies is like they want you to nurture them. I'm sorry, pile 3. Some of you, they just love... they love, like, being the little one for you to take care of in a motherly way. Like, they just want to, like, breast play. I'm not seeing, like, full-blown, like, diapers or anything, like, but yeah, they just want to, like, be in your arms while they're, like, licking your nipples is what I feel. Sorry, pile 3. I don't know if you were ready for that, but that's a little kink of theirs. They want to be nurtured. And for some of you, they want to nurture you. If you are the feminine in the equation, they want you to feel important and special, and they want you to have that nurturing quality over them, that nurturing calm over them. Interesting. All right, let's move forward. 4 of Cups over here. Again, I don't like, like I'm that person. They're just coming through. They don't like stagnation. They don't like boredom. They have a quick fix to this. They either bring toys in or new lubricants. If they feel that things are getting too boring, then there's somebody who has to bring something else in. Oh my gosh. For some of you, that's another person. No, sorry if you're not comfortable with that, but this person has had experience, and they wouldn't mind the idea of having a third party involved. For others of you, the third party is as simple as porn. Like, they want to watch porn with you, and that's something that they find to be stimulating, and that gets the juices flowing, so to speak. But yes. Sorry, guys. We'll continue on. I'm sorry if you weren't expecting that. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. Ace of Cups. This is somebody who needs to have a bond with the person that they're with. Otherwise, it's just a quick fuck. The way that they truly enjoy themselves is by opening up and establishing some sort of connection. They can't just get into it and they're into it. Like, it's not enjoyable for them to do that. They may have been someone who did that a lot in the past, and they just know from experience that that's not them as a person. They prefer establishing a connection and actually getting some sort of emotional attachment to that person first. And again, there's somebody who knows what they're doing, but they don't expect you to know everything, okay? Hi, Pile 3. I'm so sorry that we keep getting interrupted. I just keep getting phone calls. So we're going to continue on with your reading. All right, so we were up to the Ace of Cups here, and I did explain that the energy that your person gives me, Group 3, is that they do require that close bond with someone. They're a very giving person, though. and they will not use their experience against you, or they will not use their experience to make you feel less than or unequal. In fact, it doesn't bother them. They just simply know what they're doing, essentially. And I don't think that's a bad thing, personally speaking. So coming down here, pile 3, or group 3, I should say, we have the Two of Wands. Now, I just want to note that your bottom deck energy is also the Two of Cups. And beneath that, we actually have the Six of Cups and the Magician. So if for whatever reason, pile 3, you are not currently with this person has very strong desires to move towards you. I know that this is a sexual reading, but this person has very strong desires to move towards you. This Two of Cups could indicate that they may be a friend or somebody who you do form a close connection with before it turns sexual. This is somebody who you can trust ultimately. They are someone who you value having around. They feel like a soulmate. There's almost a knowing between the two of you. And I do feel that either they've been a part of your life for a long time, or you simply have that understanding and that trust established between the two of you before it enters into a sexual relationship, I guess. But the Six of Cups beneath with the Two of Cups and the Magician, I feel like the two of you are being pulled together. So if you're not together at the moment, it's only a matter of time before you do inevitably reconnect. I don't see that it's more a reconnection, though. I feel that for many of you, that your person is still an active part of your life. Anyway, so going back to to card Two of Wands. Now, this card has a lot of passion in it. It can be a card about strategizing. I'm seeing toys again, though, you guys. Again, I feel that this person they're not somebody who is overly, they're not outgoing. They may be someone who in person is a little more on the reserved side. I don't want to, not necessarily introverted, but I just feel that in a group or in a public setting, they're not the extrovert. They're a little bit more reserved, and they're in their head a lot, but that shouldn't be mistaken for being reserved in the bedroom, because this passion, look at the fire around this hand. It is burning. So for many of you, it's just going to be like a switch that you flick, and then it's this massive passion between the two of you. And again, I know that up here with the Four of Cups, I mentioned something about bringing another person into the equation, but this just shows me two individuals twisted together, just twisted. And this was the group that had all the liquids too. I'm just seeing sweat just dripping. You're just twisting your bodies together. If for whatever reason you are both open to bringing another person in, that wouldn't change their loyalty and their commitment to you. I feel this strong, just complete attraction to you. This is a very committed and loyal person. They just know what they want and they go for it. All right, so next to that, pile 3, we have the Four of Wands. Now, if this were a relationship reading, these cards would be very promising for you, pile 3. In terms of this person's sexual energy, with the Four of Wands, I feel like this person isn't someone who just engages in casual sex. I think they are someone who needs to be with someone in a committed connection. They need to know where they stand with someone. They need to know that the person they're with has their back. They prefer something that has a foundation. They don't really like one-night stands. They're at a point where they're looking for something more, and sex is like a supplement to the relationship. It's not like a side business, a side hustle. And they treat it as an opportunity to bring them closer with their other person as well. So I mean, there's a lot of passion there, though. It's not something that is boring for them at all. But I do feel that with this Four of Wands, they prefer it to be something that has an established, something that occurs within an already established connection. They don't like the idea of one night stands. They're a relationship kind of person. Again, Wands though, so a lot of fire in this bottom row here, and that's beneath the Four of Cups. So I feel that on the surface, this person just really kind of balances themselves out well, to the point where they just look like maybe you don't even know what's going on beneath the surface. Like, they just seem to have such a calm facade. On the top, we have the Hierophant, Temperance, and Six of Pentacles. It just feels like a glass, kind of glass water, you know, like but you can't see beneath the surface. Like, it's just flat and it's not giving you much. But then you go one step lower and there's all this love. Like, there's just a lot of emotion here. And then one step below that and there's just fiery passion. So this person has a lot of layers to them, is what I'm feeling, and it's very well set out. So the last card in the tarot that I have for you, Pile 3, is the Two of Pentacles. Now, you have a lot of synchronicities. You have a lot of balance here, Pile 3. This is somebody who is a very balanced person. Excuse me, I'm just going to wipe my nose quickly. Sorry. Again with my interruption. Sorry, Pile 3. This is somebody who is very, very balanced. We have 3 2s. We have 2 4s. We have 1 6. And then we have an ace, and the rest are major arcana. This person is a very well-rounded individual. They're very... They've had the opportunity in their lifetime to establish who they are as a person, if that makes sense. They've done some soul searching. They've done some work. They may be more feminine in nature, but if they are masculine on the surface, this is something that they don't want to let on. They maintain a very good facade, but beneath the surface, they have a lot of emotion. And with that Empress there, I feel like this person is very in touch with their emotions as well, which is why they don't care for casual sex anymore. They want something that is a supplement to a good foundation, sort of like a good relationship. This Two of Pentacles, to me, I see it as being like harmony, balance again, an equal amount of give and take. There is a bit of spontaneousness with this card. The Two of Pentacles can also be about an individual who enjoys risks. They like juggling risk for the sheer thrill of the idea that one of the things they're juggling might fall. So there's a weird element to this card. Yes, it's about balance. Yes, it's about the infinity symbol as well, and this idea of simplifying things in order to get stuff done. But I feel that this person does like, beneath those layers, at the core of it, they do like risky business, risky behaviors, a little bit of like public frisking, like petting. I don't know why I got petting in my mind. Like if you're in public and you just like squeeze their leg or give them a peck somewhere, or it's just they're not usually, they like those sorts of random spontaneous acts, and then they'll just know, oh, okay, it's on, we've got to go, we've got to find somewhere to go. So surprising. What a strange way to end it. Yeah, I don't know why I can't get more detailed than that. I just feel that there's an element of enjoyment there with risk, and I'm seeing this snake wrapped around these two. Again, I'm seeing cleavage. Were you the cleavage group? No. So this person does enjoy your chest, especially nipples. There's no other imagery to indicate that, but I'm feeling, okay, and I'm sorry, Group 3, just to add this in as well, I'm also seeing fingering with that Four of Wands. There's somebody who enjoys the build-up as much as the actual act itself. Yeah. It's all about the bond, the connection. So if they can get the juices flowing, they know that it's going. All right, what else can we get for you? Let's get some charms. What else can you tell us about Pile 3's person, Spirit? Pile 3's person, my goodness. Pile 3's person. Anything else you can tell us about Pile 3's person, please? Wowzers. All right, listen, that's a lot. You guys got a lot of charms, my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to address the one that came out first. We have the Jingle Bell, which to me represents the past. So again, you two have a very strong bond already. This person is very drawn to you. Pile 3, I feel like this, and we're just going to ignore the noises in the background because we've had way too many interruptions for me to pause this video again. So I feel like, yes, you two have a past connection. I can't explain it though. Spirit, can we get some... I need to know. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit snoopy. What's the deal with this Two of Cups, Six of Cups, past connection business? No, this is pile 3, Spirit. Spirit. This is pile 3. The past connection, Spirit. This is somebody who is working quite a lot at the moment on their material success. They may be laying low. They may be keeping a low profile. However, they are someone who sees your value and is very passionate about you as an individual. They're very strongly motivated to be successful with you. I think that they're quite an inspiring person. Like, I think they're quite ambitious. They have a very good work ethic. And I think that you are very much attracted to them as well. We have the Four of Wands as the bottom deck energy. So this past connection business, can we start from the start, Spirit? This past connection business, you two have had a tower moment together. I feel as though there was something that happened when you two had met or after you'd gotten to know each other a little bit that caused you to have some form of separation from each other's lives, or there was something big that, not big, sorry, that's not the best word, something sudden that brought sudden change into your lives. And I don't know if it was this person because I feel like they are inspirational in some ways, but something, and it was almost shared, like you shared this sudden change together, and it helped to bring you two together. We have the Devil card. So for some of you, you cannot stop thinking about this person, and it goes both ways. I feel like there's this magnetic pull between the two of you. The Devil card can also indicate some level of like bondage. It can indicate lower vibrational activities. It could have been an intense lust for each other. There could have been alcohol involved, although I don't think so. Pile 3, I feel as though you feel really bound to this person at times. Like it's almost too much. It's intoxicating at times. And it shouldn't be that way. You should be able to feel connected to someone without feeling like you're obliged and bound to them. You should never feel trapped. You should never feel as though this is something that you must have. It's supposed to be something that supplements your life when you feel soul connections. So we have the Five of Summer. I feel as though you were at a loss in this connection, or this person was, or for whatever reason, both of you were feeling emotionally unfulfilled in the past with where this was going, and something happened to change that, and it caused this person to start taking initiative and taking control of the situation. They started to plan things out better, Pile 3. They started to become more motivated to change. And I feel that it's because of this Tower moment, that life experience card. You two went through some sort of sudden change together, most of you anyway, Pile 3. Sorry if I'm going on a really weird tangent, but I feel that the Emperor energy was imperative in order for this person to get out of that loss, that feeling of loss with the Five of Cups, because something big happened, and then they went into a very dark place where they engaged in some lower vibrational activities. They weren't exactly having a very good positive image of themselves, and that's not who they are at the core. And then they started to feel the loss, and then they started to feel the emotional pain. So they were almost in a corner of having to take control of their lives again with this Emperor card. They had to take control, otherwise they were on a downward spiral, and they're back on track with achieving. Now, this is the Knight of Pentacles, so they are a slow achiever, but their progress, although it's slow and steady, it pays off. They're somebody who when they're motivated to do something, they need to tick that box. It's a matter of principle. Like, they're just a very committed individual, and I do feel that they are loyal. I really do. I also feel that in a relationship they would be quite protective their partner, not in a codependent way. I think that's an issue that they're having to deal with. I think in the past they may have had issues with jealousy, and it stemmed from insecurity. If they're still in their emperor power, they're learning to control that. They're learning to manage themselves so that they don't project their insecurities on their partner. But I do feel like at the moment they're a bit MIA because they're so focused on their goals at the moment. They're really working towards those plans that they were strategizing. And they see an opportunity here to communicate with you about their success. This is the page of Pentacles. It's called the Princess of Autumn in this deck, but I don't see that as you, pile 3. I see that as this person trying to figure out, well, how do I communicate about this with my person? Because they do have this strong feeling that they're meant to be with you. And I feel like, pile 3, your person is trying to think of like a fun, playful way to re-engage with you in a way that it doesn't truly let on to how committed they are at heart. They just want to keep it light. But again, I'm seeing like this person just isn't around right now. Like they're not here. And for you guys, I think you just feel like this person is just sleeping in a tree somewhere. Like you don't really, for most of you, pile 3, you don't really know what this person's doing or what they're up to. I feel like they don't respond to messages either. Like this is somebody who has almost completely ghosted. And it's not you, pile 3, it's everyone. They're just very aware of what they can manage at the moment, and they can't manage frequent social media use. They are a very passionate individual with this King of Spring. They're very passionate towards you, very motivated to have this passion with you. Like they're not at all thinking of anybody else. In fact, they're in a very lustful energy at the moment, but it's coming from a mindset of strategy and control, and they're very motivated to move forward. And I feel like that's going to happen soon, if not. Like 8 of Wands can also mean communication, pile 3. So we have the Lovers card next as well. Again, this is a better vibration to be in. Remember, we had the Devil card before, and that can be quite toxic and low vibrational, and it can feel like love, but it can be the narcissist version of love, which is codependent and not necessarily pure. It can be exciting, especially in a sex reading, very exciting energy, but I feel like this person wasn't being true to their character, and at heart they have a lot of love to give, and they value those close bonds and those soul connections. So they're in a better place now, and I don't, it sounds like I'm implying that they've passed, but they're not. They're just in a better mental space, and their heart space is working on healing as well. So they're getting a fresh perspective on you. That's where we're at, pile 3. This is the Hanged Man. They're getting a fresh perspective, and it's not just on you, actually. It's on life. They're awakening. They're starting to examine what they're worth, what they deserve, and where they want to be with you and how they can move forward. They're getting a fresh perspective. I can't stress that enough. All right, so we had that past energy here. So again, you two, that's your past. That's what I'm feeling. For most of you who picked pile 3, that's what's happened. I will address this. So in the 2 of Wands, we had this charm. Now this is my third party charm. So again, the fact that this landed with the 2 of Wands, I feel like in the past, this person may have considered themselves, they may have considered themselves to be open to the idea of threesomes, but with you, no. With you, they have this energy of feeling very possessively protective of you, and it's not an option. This charm came out to tell me it's not an option because it chose to land like that over the 2 of Wands. And remember, that card was about you two twisting your bodies together until you're sweating. So I really feel like this person is just going to want to like consume you in all intents and purposes without eating you. And they're not, third party situation is not on the cards, like not at all. They really wanted me to correct that. So at the moment, they're looking at balancing their emotions. And this is a little bit of a warning for you too, pile 3, because their intention is to have something very stable with you. This is my biggest commitment charm, and when it comes out, it means that this person really, really wants to be in a committed connection with you. For the fact that it landed over temperance, it's just kind of a little bit of a warning for you, pile 3. If that's something that you want as well, then you do need to manage your energy and to remain hopeful and positive. And law of attraction, you do need to act as if you've already got it, because this person in their mind, that you two just belong together, it's very clear, and they're very set. They're very close to getting that with you, if that's what you want as well, and I feel like it is. Now, this was a sex reading, so for what this person might prefer to have sex in the dark, it chose to land down like that though. So I feel like the nighttime is when this person, and I don't think it's necessarily because they're insecure about their body. I just feel that they're so busy during the day that the only time you can catch them is at nighttime. So the nighttime is going to be very significant for your sex life, pile 3. Again, I'm seeing like some low-key level of bondage, like not in the physical sense though. This is emotional. Just another charm to signify that emotional bond between you. So at the moment, hang on, why did this come out, Spirit? Over the Empress card about a sex reading. This is my confusion charm, and now I'm confused because that landed over the Empress. Okay, this is a very specific message, pile 3, but for some of you, if there are moments when you're not feeling 100% about yourself, or you're not feeling entirely secure for whatever reason, we all have those moments where we just feel like a bit of a mashed potato and our person looks incredibly attractive and you're like, why are you with me? If that is a tendency that you have, where you kind of just wonder those things, your person is going to really go out of their way to help you feel very special, to help you feel, and again, see, I don't agree with this. Your person has a very feminine energy, pile 3, and they have the tendency to just nurture and give, and it's not always the best thing for someone, especially if they're an empath, to just give and give and give, because they end up with an empty cup for themselves. But that's the kind of person that this person is. They have a very big heart, and if you are feeling insecure, or I don't want to say insecure, but a little bit under the weather about your appearance or about your attractiveness, your person will go out of their way to make you feel really good about yourself. They're someone who wants to talk a lot too, in the lead up and during. Like they're more than comfortable. This landed over the 4 of Cups, so especially during foreplay, they're just very chatty. Like I've never had both of these charms fall out together on top of each other like this. So especially during the foreplay, and they are someone who wants you to tell them when you are coming. Like they enjoy that. Yes. So with this charm, I'm just feeling like it's about clarity with this person. This person just wants to be able to strengthen the connection you have through physical intimacy as well. 4 of Wands. I feel like if you two end up having children together, they're going to still make time to be intimate. Like they're not going to compromise sex in this relationship. It's something that they really value. This is my stuck charm. So this person is very stuck on you. They're not thinking about anyone else, pile 3. They're very stuck on you. And it's almost selfish. Like I feel like they're maybe missing out on some opportunities for this to manifest. But more than anything, I just feel like they're going to always make time for that intimacy. The 2 of Pentacles and the toxic charm, it's what I was saying before about them being in a lower vibration in the past, and you may have sensed that if you two do have a really strong soul connection, and you're awakened to their energy. They were in a low vibration and they're trying to get out of that, but part of it has to do with their lust and their desire, and I think that it's something to do with this Hierophant energy, their past, that experience that they've had. They're just very, they might have been hypersexualized as a youth, as a really young person. They were just very much, that's for some of you though, not all of you. For others of you, this person, Of course, this person just really likes to be stroked. Can I just say that? It's a snake, and it's landed on the only snake on this deck as well. Snakes landed on the snake. I can't stress that enough. They just love to be stroked. Wow. Trust yourself in terms of the connection outside of this. This is little moonstone charm that fell off a bracelet. I just feel like in terms of the relationship aspect, you two will know between yourselves, if this is a real strong soul connection, you have an intuition about where this is headed, and you can trust that and just continue to push positivity towards yourself and your surroundings, and you're on the right track. Pile 3. Can I get any other messages, please, before we end this reading? Any other messages for Pile 3 from their person that you would like to share, Spirit? You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. It's a bizarre energy. Pile 3. I would do anything for you. 10 of Cups or Pentacles? Pentacles. Reach out. That's my Ace of Swords. I'm going to grab some more. Pile 3. Words do hurt. And light. Okay, you can't just come in like that. Can you give us a bit of clarity? Happiness is my priority. 3 of Cups. Will you choose me? And be more selfish. This is messages from your person. The 5 of Swords. I meant what I said. Okay, but let's lay these out because I need to think. I'm sorry, your reading is going way over time. I apologize, Pile 3. I did this for the other group and I thought it wouldn't be fair if I didn't. But you guys are getting a lot of messages. I wasn't expecting this. All right, I just need to figure this out. I would do anything for you. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. All right, so for some of you, that sudden change actually forced, like that tower moment here, that you two, that shared experience, that it was designed to shatter illusions, shatter a false lifestyle that you and this person were choosing to pursue. So this person was forced to face a very harsh and dark reality about themselves after they'd met you, Pile 3. This person was forced to really be introspective and understand who they are at the core of themselves, their values, and the kind of person they want to be. And it's nothing that you did intentionally. It's just that them meeting you gave them an awakening, essentially. And they were forced to really become a bit of a hermit and to be introspective and to do some soul work and to do some understanding. This is somebody who has a lot of love towards you. And I mean, you can, I don't think they've told you that, but they have a very big space in their heart for you. That's someone who has every intention of reaching out to you. They're being very mindful, though. Like, they don't want to create pain in the connection. They're focusing on being happiness and spreading being happiness. They're focusing on being happy and spreading love and positivity. And they're very mindful of moving towards you too quickly. They have a very strong pull to be with you. But I feel like they're being cautious. They're being very cautious here because they don't want to hurt anyone. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to hurt themselves. They're very mindful of timing here. And I think part of them has accepted with this Hanged Man that there's not much they can do. So they're just hanging back. They're going with the flow, and they're just getting a fresh perspective from Spirit. There is a slight concern here. This is the 4 of Cups again. There is a slight concern that they may have missed an opportunity with you, or that you won't choose them if they do come forward. They're currently in a space where they're trying to be more selfish, and not in a lower vibrational aspect, but just in a like self-love, self-nurturing, self-acceptance, self-growth, everything. Just having a closer connection with themselves. And I think that that's all that they can really do right now. And that's the strong advice for you too, Pile 3, is to just give yourself this time. They're very focused on their happiness right now, and they wish you the same as well. They've got this strong energy here with this 5 of Swords. I meant what I said. I feel like there's a little bit of uncertainty with where they stand with you. But a card underneath that is, I want you, and I want a fresh start with you. So this person, I mean, you are it. You're all that they want. You're all that they desire in terms of a relationship. But at the moment, things are a little bit more uncertain because of other things that they can't control. There's aspects of this connection that they can't control. It might be distance. It might be timing. It could be some sort of something bigger than the two of you is currently forcing you to remain separated. But that's the only uncertainty here. In terms of their intentions and what they feel, they're very sure. So what they're doing at the moment is trying to focus on their happiness, and that's what Spirit's encouraging you to do as well, to focus on yourself and to be into that energy of having an intimate connection with yourself. Self-love, self-nurturing, self-acceptance, self-understanding, self-awakening, everything with self. So that's where we're at, pile 3. This was not the reading I expected it to be, so I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know down below if it resonated or if there's anything that you need clarity on, if something didn't necessarily make sense, because we went on some weird tangents here, pile 3. Thank you so much for tuning in, though. I appreciate you for sharing your energy and sending you lots of love and light wherever you are in this crazy world. I hope to see you in my next reading, pile 3. Thank you. Bye.